Welcome, folks, to another episode of Yammy Noob. Today, we're talking about the bikes that we wish existed. Now, there's a lot of motorcycles out there currently in the world, but there's lots that we wish kind of existed as well. Sometimes you wish a certain frame had a certain engine combination, or maybe you just wish that a certain Suzuki would be turbocharged from the factory. That would make everybody really happy.
And at least it make two people real happy.
Certainly it would. Spite, why don't you lead us off before we jump into the DM portion of all the boys on Discord with their bikes? What's a motorcycle you wish existed?
Man, it's tough because part of me is just like, obviously, the Bronx, 100%, right? But that's the low-hanging fruit, right? Obviously, I think it's coming. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But for me, I think something that truly needs to exist in the world is the fuel-injected DRZ. The fuel-injected DRZ...
Preach.
is probably going to be one of those things that's transformative for the dual sport space, because it's like all of a sudden everybody's like, oh no, we need to get a really good dual sport put together now.
I would love if Suzuki did that, if the press release said bold new fuel injection.
That would be great.
They had the audacity to put out a press release that was like, we got all new models for 22 and 23. It was all colors.
Yep.
I'm like, go yourselves.
The Busa is now white and blue instead of white and red.
Wow.
Whole
Very
new
cool.
SKU.
Very, very cool. Yeah, fuel injected DRZ. I think it's the way.
I think it's one of the ones that could really transform, give a kick in the pants to the dual sport space. It immediately then becomes, for any tall beginner, the perfect sport bike to start on. The Supermoto
sport bike. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Sport bike.
Yeah,
you know,
sporty.
A bike where you can like go
Hit
lean
corners,
hard. Yeah.
Because
you're not going to fit super comfortably on, your little R3.
No.
So
not if
get
you're a
the
big guy.
DRZ, and it's fuel injected, and then you don't have to deal with the freaking carburetors anymore.
Yeah.
That just seems like the bike, to me, that would be the most revolutionary now. But how about you?
I have an oddball one. I was really thinking the other day of how, I don't know why this occurred to me, but I just so deeply missed the ZH2. So deeply. Like, I was like, God, that was such a fun bike. Loved it so much. I kind of wish Kawasaki would make that supercharged cruiser they've been talking about.
That would be really cool.
Like some sort of supercharged cruiser motorcycle. I don't know what it would look like or how it would look, but I feel like the Giga Cruiser lineup right now is kind of just held in place by the Rocket 3.
Yep.
Which is a really crazy motorcycle that even exists, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's a bike that sounds like it was dreamed up by a 9-year-old. But a supercharged H2 Cruiser, I think that would be my choice.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun, and I think that would be, if we have the Rocket, we have this supercharged cruiser, then Harley's got to do something.
Yeah.
Because you're not just going to be like, yeah, we own power cruisers and have just a 117.
Yeah. So you ain't
No, you basically need the 131 crate motor in a bike, and just have it be stripped down, blacked out, and just all about going fast in a straight line.
Well, if I remember, Harley has a patent for a supercharged V-twin, don't they?
They do. Yeah, we talked about that in a while.
I hope that comes to fruition. That would be badass.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some forced induction motorcycle, folks. I'm addicted to them. I got to be honest with you.
They're the future of crazy power.
Yeah.
And my God, the ZH2 was so wild.
The ZH2 was awesome. After the Brox kit, those are my favorite bikes ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think we can also talk about, just for a second, that V4 Honda Naked bike using the VTEC Interceptor engine.
So cool. That would be so cool. If they could do it for a price point that made sense.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would kind of be like a Ducati killer in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make the same sounds as a V4 SP Street Fighter, but it would be a lot less.
They would need to bump up the power quite a bit.
A whole lot.
If they wanted to, because it's currently making 100.
Bring back the 1200.
Yeah. The 1200. Holy cow, that thing was a monster.
Yeah. I think if one more I could add, and I've said it before on the Amcast many, many times, I just want an XSR1.
Oh, yeah, dude. The XSR1.
I just want an MT10 that doesn't look like ass. I want a classic-looking neo-retro MT10. I would buy that tomorrow.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
Game over. Honda or Yamaha would win.
They'd win. Yeah. Like, you're done. You won. That's it. Game over.
Yep.
But let's see what the boys had to say about their bikes they wish they existed.
Starting out, we have Full Metal Corgi here.
Full Metal Corgi says, bike I wish existed besides a factory Turbo Hayabusa, a factory supercharged Rocket 3. Now,
because it needs more power.
Yeah, Full Metal Corgi, I don't know if you've ever ridden a stock Rocket 3 of the new ones. The last thing I wanted when I rode that bike was more power. It already was insane. And with the forward controls like the one I rode, it was like a lazy boy that wanted to take off into space. It was amazing. But Supercharged Rocket 3, I know they make kits for them, but dude, I don't know about that. What do you think?
Nah, dude. I'm not there for that one.
It's too much. It's too much.
It already has so much torque. We're talking
like
about
160 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep. That's a ton of torque.
It's got a bigger motor than your car.
23.
It's a 2.5 liter 3-cylinder.
It's 2.5?
The Rocket's a 2.5.
My car's 2.3.
That's nuts.
Yep. God damn.
It ain't bigger than my car. I got a big old truck.
Ram 1500.
Got a Ram 1500 came with a DUI when I bought it.
Next up, the Chasin.
The Chasin. A factory diesel KLR, or bring back the Van with EFI and disc brakes. Both very good options, honestly.
Yeah.
A diesel KLR.
Well, they made them for the military.
They did. Yeah, they had the diesel KLRs, but imagine a factory diesel KLR. What would be the benefits of that? Let me think. Diesel is a much more expensive fuel source right now. So that's not good. Fuel economy, maybe?
They're supposed to be mega reliable.
Yeah.
Like, they're supposed to be the kind, like, you can take a diesel KLR and do things that would make a normal KLR cry mercy.
Yeah.
I think their diesels run cooler, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I know that they have crazy compression ratios because there's no spark. They like just squish the stuff until it blows up. That's science for you, folks. That's what you're here for.
Squish the stuff.
You put the stuff in the edge, it squishes it till it blows up, and then you get power.
Imagine what that would sound like.
Probably sound awful. All diesels sound awful right now.
The regular KLR sounds bad enough.
Why not factory turbo diesel KLR? For all the torques.
Let's get that Cummins turbo diesel.
Cummins turbo diesel. But a Van with EFI would be fun. I think it's a damn shame the Van isn't made anymore. That was a fun, cool little bike. Kind of a little T-dub.
Did they already discontinue it?
It's discontinued, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was
gone.
fast.
It's gone. Yeah, it got chopped.
Well, it's because it's Suzuki.
Yeah.
They're just like...
There's no remorse.
Yeah.
It's like you have so much history. They're just like, we don't care. Bah, it's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they just sent out a memo. It's like, yeah, we're not making the 750 anymore. We're like, oh my God. And they're just like, we don't care. Boom.
They're like, you have a Gixxer 1000. Let's be real. If you want 150 horsepower, just get to 200. You'll be fine.
You'll get fine, yeah. Just put it in D mode. That's a Gixxer 750.
Vince 82 is next.
Vince 82. Bike I wish existed, an electric cruiser. Why does every electric manufacturer focus on performance? Make a 600-pound, 60-horsepower cruiser, but electric. Bob around, low performance, lots of range, lots of torque, but no, we need to have a Damon, an Energica, and Zero with in-app purchases.
Is this a post?
It seems like it, but I don't think it is. Well, the reason that electric bikes focus on performance is because they kind of naturally fit into that, right?
Yeah.
Like you have something that makes prodigious amounts of power and torque. You can package in a small frame. Yeah,
really
why not?
Easy to maintain.
Easy to maintain. I don't see the benefit of having something that's 600 pounds with 60 horsepower.
Massive range. That's the only thing I can think of. If weight is no object, and on cruisers, let's face it, it's not.
Yeah.
You can make a massive tank for it.
I guess that's true. Here's the thing, though. The cruiser audience is probably the most against electrics from I've ever seen. You know, like those people are remiss to give up air-cooled V-twins, right? Like, they don't even want liquid-cooled multi-cylinder engines. You can't convince them to go electric.
They want their lumpy taint massager.
Yeah. You know, you could have an electric bike that has a taint massaging feature.
Yeah,
if you could mimic the feeling. You could just go, right?
Well, so it was the live wire where it vibrated.
It had that heartbeat thing. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Where it was like it was stopped and it was like, no, it's alive because you can feel the heartbeat.
Yeah, that was really weird. I thought it was just me, and I'm like, no, the bike's doing something. And it had that little light, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a gimmick, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bikes I would like to see made, says Infernal Saxon, a 3-cylinder Kawasaki like the Mach 3, and for Kawasaki to switch the 650 to a 360-degree crank. Now, that would be kind of cool. They would kind of eschew the 180, go to a 360. It would feel more like the Benelli. That could be nice. Something a little different from the 270s, because if they just do the 270, they'll be like, oh, you're just trying to be an MT-07.
I'd rather it be an MT-07, honestly.
I would too, but I just feel like if they did that, they would get mercilessly dunked on. They'd just be like, you're just making an MT-07. I mean, they did that with the Z125 and the Grom. They were like, we're literally just going to make Grom. And everyone's like, okay.
And there was a massive contingent of Z125 people.
It's true. It's true. A 3-cylinder Cowie like the old Mach 3, an old Widowmaker style bike. That could be kind of cool. That one was a 2-stroke and it had drum brakes, which made it insane.
Yeah.
And skinny little tires. But, yeah, a new 3-cylinder Cowie. That could be kind of neat.
They could take the Z900 RS platform,
turn
basically
it into an MT-09.
just turn it into an MT-09, call it a day.
That's what they do. They turn the Z650 to a 270 and then turn the Z900 into a 3-cylinder. And it's like,
Job done.
This is just Yamaha. Like, what's going on?
Crazy Jimmy is next.
Crazy Jimmy. I wish they'd bring back the SV1000 with the looks of the Gen 3 SV650, not the ugly older ones. Bring it back with the 1000cc V-twin instead of the i4 from the Gixxis. We need that and an XSR1 to compete with each other. That could be kind of cool. Bring back the SV1000. That was a great bike.
Yeah.
The Mega SV.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah.
I've never
cool.
ridden one, but much like all the people who ride on FZ1s and FZ6s, if you get somebody who's on an SV1 talking about it, they will not shut up about it.
Yes. I think it'd be cool because, like, the big twin bikes were kind of all the rage in the early 2000s. Bring back, like, RC51s, TL1000s, SV1000s, kind of bring back the... I mean, I feel like it would make a lot of sense in today's world of big torque first engines. They've got all the patents. Just print out new SV1000s.
And then KTM would be like, no,
KTM's
RC8R.
like, this is what we do. Get the off our turf.
Just imagine them taking the fairings off of a bike and just putting it on a Super Duke and being like, there you go. Shut up. Stop talking about it.
Oh, how sweet would that be? Speaking of bikes I'd love is just take the Super Duke and do the speed triple treatment with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, that'd be so good.
Just make it less ugly.
Yeah, please. Please make it less ugly.
Magic Toaster. Here we go.
Magic Toaster, electric Hayabusa, 300 to 400 horsepower, 200 plus range on the highway, and 8-second quarter-mile times, but weighs over 1,000. Can't stop, can't turn, but who cares? Because Busa. I think electric Hayabusa is an absolute sin.
Do you believe, as an honest-to-God Turbo Busa boy,
Yes.
that the Busa needs more power?
No. I think 270 wheel is as much as I'll ever want, I think.
We've got the bigger boost springs.
We do. And I've got the guy who said, whenever you want, just call me up. We'll tune it for C16. And I'm like, no thanks. You've ridden it. Do you think it needs more power?
Sure, why not?
But all right, boys, we hope you've enjoyed this segment of bikes we wish existed. If you want to see the whole segment on the Yamcast, be sure to go back in our catalog and check it out. We're now going to move on to the trivia contest.
Here we go.
Keep watching Yammy News.